Hi guys and welcome. We're just over here at CBU, so I thought I'd just do a quick video on this. You guys can check it out if you want to. I got the bucket truck here. Had to get a special spot for it because it's wider and longer than all the other cars. So just a bunch of people from Riverside meeting up at Cal Baptist University, and it's a little car show for a fundraiser for them. Not sure how much money they really need. This place is huge, but for the clubs or something like that, for the school clubs. So yeah, we're just gonna walk around and take a look at all the VWs here. Some of the other cars we'll show you. There's a lot of lowriders came in, stuff like that. If you're interested in that sort of thing, you can check that out. It's kind of like promoting the swap meet. A few Beetles that cars that we don't usually have at some of the shows. So different ones are here. Oh, it's pretty cool. It's got these beauty rings on it. Surprised we didn't have more. There's a couple of groups that meet up in Riverside. You gotta remember, Riverside was one of the first high performance Volkswagen areas. The Acrasa was actually started here. The Acrasa came imported to Riverside. If you look up the old 50s ads, the old 50s ads had a Riverside address on them where they would ship it to you from the magazines and stuff. So yeah, a lot of people came out. So yeah, we're here at Cal Baptist University. If you don't know what CBU is. You got one of the guys that comes to our meetup, is a little shorty. It's kind of a cool shorty single cab. I like the way it's done. It's not too short. Like a lot of them, they cut the whole treasure chest off and they just shortened the door on this one. So it's kind of cool. It's like a bug wheelbase instead of that extra short. You know, like when they take both cargo doors out, that's basically the width of the treasure chest door. It makes it so short, they're really, I don't know, impractical, I want to say. Kind of. But that one's kind of neat. Tell what you guys think. We had another Fastback come in later. I don't know if we squeezed him in. Looks like we did. And the car's a little bit close together. Car McGee. It's got, oh, what those are, Western wheels, remember? Western wheel, remember those? Back in the 80s, those were hip. And yeah, I don't even know if Western wheels are still around. Are they still? There's Western. There's a couple others. US mags. Remember those? It's kind of cool in the Fastback. I guess you can put a Type 1 motor in it. Maybe what at the firewall. It doesn't have a really good firewall. It probably gets a little smell inside, but I'm sure that works. Came with a pancake, but can you imagine all the trunk space you had with one of these? At the back, like a notch, even maybe more than a notch. I don't know. Yeah, Super Beetle. Yeah, there's CBU stuff out in the little car collection, kind of neat.
I didn't have any choice.
He's got a CBU stuff here. This was just a college, I don't know, probably 20 years ago, I think. It wasn't even a university. And one of the big bank guys, not gonna say his name or anything, but I do know the guy, but he came in here. I don't know what happened, but seemed like it's probably 25 or 30 years ago. GTI, He came in here within, I mean, 5 years probably. This place was blowing up. I mean, just massive. They bought like every house in the whole block square. I don't know, it's like a half-mile square. And everything around that. And expanded turned it into university status, and were able to get federal funding. I don't know what they've got. I think he knew something. Big block. What is it? Original 396. I had one of these just the same year. I was a Chevy guy too, guys. I had one of these Caprice 2-door SS 396, just like this. It was a Super Sport, same thing. I don't remember the original color of mine. I don't know. I didn't keep it long enough. I didn't want it. It was just too big. It was like, this is a big car. And I traded it for a 64 El Camino, which I thought was a good trade. And then a little while later, another guy wanted my 64 El Camino, and I had to build the motor for it and everything. I was going to actually have that as my truck, or you know, that sort of thing. And I built a 350 for it and everything, and then he traded me for a VW that had the engine that I wanted in it, and the engine ended up being 1835, and it was totally crap built. It was all done with so I bought it for the engine, and I found out I had to do the whole engine again. And they had a 1010 crank in it and 2020 bearings, and it was blowing oil out of the mains and everything. When I got it home, I found that out, tore it down, had to rebuild that. Brand new engine, which I just took it apart. It hadn't been running very long, and I took it apart and changed the main bearings and did a few things to it and drove it. But it was a case from Squareback, and they don't have a hole for the oil pressure sending unit. I drove it like that with no oil pressure. You know, we don't need to know that, right? It doesn't knock, so it's not got oil pressure. So anyway, yeah, that's cool. 327. I always like 327, guys. It's one of the best engines. 327, 283, and 327 with a quadrijet on it. Why, they come alive. The 283 was even more fun, but you had to put a quadrijet on it, and nobody would do it. They put the small carburetor in because they thought it was a small V8, but they needed to rev really high RPMs to get power, and they did. Once you got that sucker up to about 6,000 RPMs, it would come alive. And then if you really built it right, get up to 7, and you could get power out of a 283. But you had to have a big carb, because otherwise it wouldn't get up there. Same theory as the Volkswagens. So anyway, I traded that. You got a bad trade on the engine. I got the 67 Beetle. I put another engine out of my car in it, and then sold that and made a little bit of money. But I probably should have kept the 64 El Camino. In hindsight, well, it had a lot of Bondo and stuff, so that's one of the reasons I was kind of like, eh. It had a lot of thick Bondo on it. So I don't know what was going on underneath all that. So anyway, I had a few of these too, Falcons. Not this late model, but I had a lot of them actually. Let's distract a little bit, continue on here. So yeah, I had a few of these Falcons. This one was a deluxe, I think, or whatever it is. They called it something else. Futura. And it had the 260 V8 in it. And it came with a better interior package. and it had this on a post car, so it's pretty cool. Let's look around over here, see what else there is. It's a lot of late model stuff. We'll just skip over them if you don't mind, guys. We'll just kind of cruise by them. Student driver. And another late model. Well, we've seen enough of those. Let's look at the early stuff. 4-door Bel Air. God, what a family car this was. Make sure there's nobody in it. What a family car, man. Heavy. Just a daily. Everybody had one of these back in the day. Real common car to have. Came with a 6-cylinder and a V8, I believe. I don't know, maybe 57 was the first V8. I don't remember. I think it was. Impala Super Sport. These are cool. Little rust issues, of course. Under the trim. Looks like either OG paint, repolished, touched up. Pretty cool. Original color, looks like, for sure. He's got what engine was supposed to come in this. Didn't say. So it wasn't a Super Sport or anything, but that's cool. Or was it? Did I say Super Sport when I looked at the back? Yeah, it was Super Sport, so maybe 327 probably. Wow, this is a blast from the past. And he resto modded it. Look at that. It's got full AC and LS in it. It's like a total sleeper right here. Man. Probably get some decent gas mileage and everything with that. Look at that, just left it all original inside. Original paint, probably touched up, looks like to me. Original color. Definitely been touched up, had some paint work done. But it looks like they matched the original color and just kind of blended it and stuff. Almost looks like yeah, it's had some touch-ups in it. Maybe it is some original paint. That's the color that came on these. I remember back when I was younger seeing those things brand new. Oh, here we go. Is this a 306? What do you guys think? 306. These things had the torque. God, they'd pull a house like really nice. The old 306 did. I don't know if that is or not when those came out. These are cool, man. These were kind of new back in the early days when I was building cars, and now they're classics now. A 3.8 turbo. Then we got lowered Impala here. Check that out, pretty neat. Hopefully it don't get demonetized. We got some music in the background. If it does, then I'll have to have it get erased. So we'll see how that goes. Cool, old. We call these Miss Piggy Chevys. Deluxe. These are really cool because they're kind of big and round like a pig. But now I really like them. Look at that chrome. They're the old.
I'm sure they redid everything in this one.
Oh yeah, this thing.
Interior is beautiful.
That's cool. It went to flat black. These things are always in such bad shape, and then they got rid of the soft top, I guess, and put a steel roof on it. Look at that. It's pretty neat. But he's got AC in there too. Ah, late model. It's a 70. What is it? 70. 71, 2, 3. I can't remember which one had the split bumper. 350, but it was back still when they still had decent compression ratios. So they had some power in these. I think it's a 72 or 3. 73. If I remember right. You guys can comment below if I'm wrong, of course, or if I'm right. Got a couple more, and that's about it. Another, what are these called? T-buckets, or is this a Model A? I don't know the difference. I can't tell you. I don't know anything about these early cars. But they are definitely very cool. It's just so surprising that something like that's still surviving, right? This is an original car. This is an original. This guy doesn't bring this out very often. 69. And it's original miles and everything. 350. Look at that. Wow. Has that pearl interior. Pearl white. It has a pearl to it. It came in the Hurst Olds as well. The same color pearl. I know because I had a Hurst Olds with that color pearl interior in it. I think it's the same white pearl. Cobra powered. See what he's got on here. He's got his little toy on there. This thing sounded really good when it came in. Get rid of the fan, put the electric fan. You got the blue interior. And another late model, which will kind of cruise by. Oh yeah, these are cool. Rotary. Don't see as much anymore. I got a couple more down here still. Late model Mustang, pretty cool. Got something pretty cool down here. I just saw this Overlander style setup right here. It looked pretty neat. You could live in this thing. Look at that. That'd be always neat to make something like this for a VW bus, huh? Pop-up tent on the top. Make all your living stuff down here. And a 4x4 truck. That's it, guys. That's it for the show. Just got a Camaro's over here. We'll walk over here and we'll talk while we're ending. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little show. It was something a little different. Maybe thought you guys might, some of you guys might want to see, since there's not very many shows going on right now. Thought we just we came and took advantage of this one and got the bucket truck up in the air, and people are just tripping on this thing. I can't believe it. Never seen anything like it. So anyway, talk to you guys in the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.